killed a tree.
Okay, we're back.
From natural causes.
The object
Now.
was to dig, bore, and collect.
Down map, cool.
Mom, would you not like to have a capybara?
Soft bunkers together the wall into the soil or into the base of the tree where this object was seen, in hope that some of the solution that was spewed from this object may have penetrated the roots of the tree system or the soil, and something might still remain.
I bought a top for $3 a while ago, and one of the dogs already pissed on it. You could put him in your room.
The team tests for radiation and other toxins to see if there is another explanation for the sickness the witnesses reported.
Why don't you two go get her?
Connor, will you?
Not in the background, guys.
While no residual chemicals or radiation are detected by the team, it is clear that the encounters with this monster may have affected witnesses, some even fatally.
It was Luna.
Told you it was Luna.
Witnesses
What?
today.
It was Luna.
The LA, you
Luna
can
doing
watch
what?
this stuff.
Going into y'all's room. We
Can it all
can't.
be
She's
to turn
not the one
off?
that peed on the bag on the bed.
Months ago, and a couple of the other witnesses are really struggling bad. Freddie has cancer, my brother. Eddie had cancer a couple of years ago. So it seems that the majority of the people that were up there that night, it may be related, it may not, but it seems awful coincidental because they had smelled this gas that they seem to have throat and lung cancer.
You get to
Monster
pick
Quest is in West
what
Virginia,
level they
hunting
are.
for evidence of the beast known as the Fleckwood Monster. Strange tales of human-like monsters that float or descend from the orb of light have been around for centuries. In
What Luna wants is water. Kyle, get up and get the dog some water.
I can't.
Water's on.
In Spanish means plains.
Uh,
It is a 200,000 square mile swath of wild savanna.
The largest anaconda I found was about 17, 18 feet long. However, there have been a couple of stories people have told me that refer to a very large snake.
27 BC, the Roman historian Livy described a glowing altar in the sky, from which the forms of men appeared, dressed in shining white.
Historically, what a lot of people forget is that this is not just a modern phenomenon.
The first written evidence of this creature's presence in America occurred in the early 1500s. Spanish explorers following the
Well, I
Mississippi
did a
River came in
little
contact with Native
video
Americans,
about how to use
claimed to have
the.
seen terrifying monsters
Yes,
that
I
appeared
have
with
to
bright lights
replay.
and inflicted electric shocks.
There are a lot of these stories. They haven't been adequately researched. They're observed all over the world.
Throughout history, only a few of the accounts of humanoid monsters are supported by any kind of physical evidence.
She said that the entire
So
body
yeah,
was misshapen.
We're about to get slapped. Sorry. Might as well battle this.
A young Texas girl was exploring an abandoned mine shaft. When she stumbled across an opening into an ancient cavern.
She got
This
in,
stuff,
she
what
found
my
that there
brother
a
was
full
watching,
human skeleton lying
is
on its
creeping me the hell
back
out.
in the dirt.
45 feet is a giant.
And beside it, she noticed a mound that looked kind of like a grave. She dug it out with her own hands and she found a full skeleton. She said that the entire body was misshapen.
Lying beside the skeleton were the partial remains of another body.
When she saw the two skulls together, she realized that one was very different from the other.
See? Roughly.
The strangely misshapen skull is believed by some to be the best evidence yet of the existence of monster humanoids.
No. Okay.
Lloyd Pye acquired it and conducted
I'm
research
going
on
to
its
show you
origins.
what you can
I
get
knew enough
for.
to know immediately that this
You
was
get the
indeed
regular
something very highly unusual.
Pokemon.
Pye had the skull carbon dated and found it to be more than 900 years old. He called the skull the Star Child because of its small size and otherworldly shape.
The anomalies of the skull, I think, start with the eye sockets. Certainly it was what impressed me the most, and it's the thing that jumps out at most people. The eye sockets are completely different from human eye sockets.
The skull could possibly be from a hybrid humanoid. The physical differences include eye sockets that are less than an inch deep, half that of a normal human. The opening for the optic nerve, usually in the back of the socket, is located at the inside corner.
They were just a completely different eyeball than what we have, a completely different eye mechanism than what we have.
How old
DNA
or
testing has
what
only
evolves?
deepened the mystery.
They recovered the mitochondrial
About out of
DNA
time
very
here.
easily of the Star
So
Child.
I'm just
First
going to do
test,
this real
no
quick.
problem. It has a human mother. All that was left was to do the nuclear DNA recovery of the Star Child. And in 6 full, complete, rigorous attempts to recover its nuclear DNA, they were unable to do so.
The skull weighs half as much as a normal human skull, and the bone itself is less than half as thick, yet far denser. Additionally, the skull lacks normal sinus cavities and a brow ridge.
If you do chemical analysis of the bone, which we've done with a scanning electron microscope, what we discovered was that the bone of the Star Child is not really like human bone. It's more like tooth enamel. We also found fibers that were woven through the matrix of the bone. And the reason this was surprising is because there's no other bone on Earth that has fibers woven through the matrix of the bone, like a reinforcing kind of thing. They were very durable because the Dremel blade had shredded the ends of them, but it hadn't cut them free. It hadn't cut them completely off like you would think it would.
I've been playing for 20
Very
minutes.
surprising.
Got 0 badge. There's one code that you get
Now,
all
the Munster Quest science
649
team will perform
Pokemon.
new analysis.
Okay, and that's all,
Bioarchaeologist
folks.